Yeah, good afternoon, Judith. I'm presently at Gwagwalada Central. This is the second ward we visited that has that has large polling units in it. In this very ward here, this Gwagwalada Central ward, there are about 56 polling units, and this very location where we are, Sabongeri Demonstration Junior Secondary School, there are over 20 polling units just in this location. And if you look by my right here, election is still ongoing, but though INEC officials are just sitting, waiting for electorates to come and cast their vote. And down behind me, down there, electorate are still on the queue, just because we hear that the BVAS is having some challenges in identifying electorate for them to cast their vote. So the queue over there is still very long, and that means that by 2 p.m., which is the official closing time for voting, they might not finish their voting at that polling unit down behind me there. But I won't want to speak alone, as I'll bring someone in, an electorate, to also share with us how it was for him, whether seamless or it was difficult for him to cast his vote. So, good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon. So, you tell us your name and how was it for you casting your votes here?
So, my name Hamza Abbas. So really, when I go around to see what is going on, I see how this election is going smoothly without any problems. But very unfortunate the thing that I'm thinking that like we are going back to square zero, because some others, they never bought anybody. They are waiting for the people to come and give them the money. But these things cannot lead us to the where we are moving to. But the way I see this thing is going smoothly, no any problems, no any complaints, nothing is going smoothly without any problems. So I really appreciate that the thing is going on. But I pray that the thing we keep, we continue going like this so that the people can come and vote without any problems by the grace of God.
Okay, you are talking about some people waiting for them to be given money. Are you referring to vote trading? And who are these people? Have they approached you, and what are the amounts they offered you?
But I see some, but you know, because of the number of people, I can't say that this one and this one, but I see they are grouping, and somehow they want to make it as a complex as a problems, because of they are waiting for the money to collect from the candidate, which is it is not done, it is not good for all. So that is it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay. Judith, if you hear what he said now, he said he suspects some activities that looks like vote trading, which is the same thing with what we witnessed in the last ward before coming here. That's Kutunku Primary One Primary School, which is also known as Old Kutunku Primary School. We saw some activities that suspected vote trading, and at that very ward, we saw the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission officials of the commission arresting two agents, party agents there, all regarding vote trading activities. And the same thing here you've heard from him. Though we've seen similar thing with what we saw at the last ward before coming here. So back to you, Judith.
Right, Joseph, once again, great job and fantastic what you do. But let's also, you highlighted an issue with the BVAS in your current location right now as a reason for the prolonged queue that we saw just a while ago on camera. Aside that, and the issue of vote trading, which you have stated, let's look at security too. Amongst the plethora of other issues. Have you seen anything out of the ordinary?
Well, in terms of security, I would say the security personnel, they've done their best in ensuring that there is adequate security. Like where I came from, there are enough security personnel on ground, from the Nigerian police force, the NSCDC, the immigration, the DSS, several others, even some that I can't even identify their security outfits, they were there. And same thing I've seen here while I've been here. I've seen the same thing here. So in terms of security, well, I'll tell you that the security personnel have done a great deal of job in doing in ensuring safety in all polling units. But let's not say, let's just wait till collation center to see if tension is going to rise and how the security personnel on ground are going to handle such.
I wonder how the security is managing cases of what you have described as vote buying. Were they able to quell the tensions, or did they just turn a blind eye or turn the other cheek, so to speak?
Well, I don't think from their action, I would say maybe it's not their duty to arrest those who are involved in vote trading, because at the last ward where I was before coming here, I saw security personnel in their front and people discussing how they were settled after casting their votes. And security personnel there did not do anything, not until men of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission came around, and before we know it, just within 5 minutes when they landed on that ward, they picked someone. So I would say maybe it's not part of the assigned job that they were given to do. That was why they paid blind ears to vote trading, suspected vote trading activities in the last ward and even in this ward.
All right, thank you so much, and stay safe.
Thank you so much, Dapper. So right now I am in the Day community, also on Turnout, but what is happening here is a bit different. As you can see behind me, it's business as usual. The people here are not looking to vote. They are not interested in voting. Most of them don't even know that there is an election today. If you come with me, you'll see that the entire street is business as usual. We have the Keke Marwas by their daily activity. We have the bike men as well. We have people selling as much as fruits and yams. For you to know that this particular community are in no way concerned with what is going on, and also have an indigent or someone who lives whether or not you voted today. And the reason why but when you say you were carried away by your activities, it's your fundamental human right. So are you saying those activities were more important than the election taking place today? No. Were you aware that there will be an election both days before now? So, all right, thank you very much, ma'am. So you can see from what has been said, Judith and Dapper, majority of the people in this particular community are not aware that there is an election going on here today. Most of them are not quite English speaking, so it's difficult to communicate to them to let them know what exactly is going on. And if they don't know what is going on, then of course they won't pay attention to the election. Talk more of this to the polling units to actually cast their votes.
Right. Bettina, for a second, we couldn't hear your respondent whilst you were speaking to your respondent there. We couldn't hear them. Can you just help us sort of reiterate what she said, because for the sake of our viewers, because we couldn't hear her when she was speaking to you.
She was saying that she didn't vote today because, number one, she had a lot of activities on her plate, and secondly, she wasn't even aware prior to now was going to take place here in Abuja. So that also pulls me back to the point that majority of the people in this community are not aware that there's an election going on today. Two polling units that we found deep inside the community are as good as empty because people are not coming out to vote. From one particular polling unit, the electoral official there told us that the turnout so far from morning to this particular time has been just 30% out of 100%. And when we come out on the streets to look at what is today's election.
Bettina, many thanks. Bettina Nwelih there, one of our correspondents, just live on the roads there in Abuja as the FCT area council elections are on the way. We also do have another of our correspondent, Imarayi, who was earlier in one of the locations, but he seems to Joshua, have you left that zone? Because I saw you on the platform there saying you've left that polling unit. Where are you now?
Well, Judith, I actually left that particular place because I felt my security there was not guaranteed, because some of the locals who were actively sharing money actually threatened us that this was an election, that we shouldn't take our jobs on our head. So we had to leave because we were not comfortable. But however, I'm currently live at the Science Nursery and Primary School in Kwali town of Kwali Area Council. And as you can see behind me, voting is almost ending here. There are the few amount of voters who are here. The individuals you see on camera are those of polling unit agents who are observing the entire process. But beyond that, the presiding officer, and to my left-hand side are some of the security personnel who are on ground actively ensuring that there is no breakdown of law and order. But beyond those individuals, I'll move to the field so you feel the environment here as to what it is like here in Science Nursery and Primary School in Kwali Area Council. Most of those individuals you are seeing have completed the entire voting process, and they actually are waiting for their votes to be counted. That is what it is here in Science Nursery and Primary School. But beyond that, I would like to speak to some of the individuals who are actually standing by to hear from them what they have to say concerning the entire process. Good afternoon, sir. You are live on television, on New Central Television. Look at the camera over there. I know you voted. Do you vote?
I don't vote.
You don't vote. Why don't you vote?
I don't vote. I don't vote.
You don't vote. Okay. When you vote, how the process be like? It stress you? It cool? They give you attention?
The election they're clean. The election they're clean.
Good afternoon, sir. You also are live on New Central Television. You voted, if I'm not mistaken. You voted, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I casted my vote.
Okay, but before then, tell us your name, sir.
I'm by Mr. Peter Danjuma from Kwali Area Council.
So are you satisfied with the entire voting process?
Yes, very, very nice, satisfied.
Let's talk about when the materials came to this place. Did it come on time? Did you start early? Did you start on time?
Everything started on time, and the election, everything went successful. Where I see some of them that they came there, they are still on their way coming, and everything went fine.
Okay, there seems to be some sense of satisfaction within some of the locals here who are actually satisfied with the entire process. But beyond this, I would like to see if there are other persons we can speak to on camera as to the entire process. Please come forward. Come forward. That is the camera over there. Good afternoon, sir. Tell us your name.
Sir, my name is Maggie Belea. I'm a senior civil servant in the Federal Civil Service.
Okay, have you voted today?
Yes, I voted today. The election was very peaceful. INEC really did their best. The BVAS, everything functioned very well.
That means you are scoring over, how like over 10, how many are you scoring INEC?
Yes, I think my own assessment without bias, INEC is given 98%.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. You can go, sir. You heard from the gentleman. He's scoring 98%. The voter turnout around Kwali Area Council seems to be massive, as most of the individuals, they came out en masse to cast their ballot. And we are here expecting that anytime from now, the vote will be counted and results in this area will be announced. Over to you, Judith.
Many thanks, Joshua.
Great one, Joshua. I mean, more importantly, also try to stay safe, right? Let's bring it back to the studio to our guest. Taiwo, I think you're back.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, loud and clear. We can hear you, Mr. Taiwo.
Okay, thank you very much for this.
Okay, Taiwo, please hold on. We'll definitely come to you. We understand that we have our correspondent, Aisha, on standby. Aisha, it's great to have you. What's the update at your end?
Well, good afternoon, Dapo. We've been covering the FCT Area Council all day, and right now we're still in Kuje Area Council, but we're presently in Gaube Ward. Here it's Gafere. Gafere is one of the areas where we reported earlier when we were doing the area council cover before the election, and we talked about many of the infrastructural decay and deficit that they had in this area. But as you can see, we're here in this community now, and today is finally the election day. So many of the residents here, they are very much enthusiastic, ready to cast their ballot. As you can see right behind me, these people have been here on queue all day, waiting under the sun without even caring whether the sun is scorching or not. they're waiting to cast their vote. But however, part of the challenges that we have come to understand as we've been here is the fact that there is a bit of delay due to the number of people. I mean, you can see a lot of people are here, out here to cast their ballot. And also some persons have said that they've had to, their polling unit was moved from where it used to be to this new place. So many of the residents said they used to vote here before, but they had to vote in other areas. And over there, you can still see some persons who are not even part of the election. There are vendors here to take out to people who may need to drink water or, get some snacks to eat. They're hanging out here. And the complaints that these voters have raised since we've been here is that they are calling on INEC to create more polling units for their community, Gafere here, owing to the fact that they are coming out in their numbers, willing to vote the next set of leadership that would come to lead Kuje Area Council. But I have some voters here with me who would want to talk about how the voting process has been all day for them and what they expect in the next administration. Kindly come to me, madam. Good afternoon, ma'am. Please, what's your name?
Comfort James.
Okay, we have Madam Comfort James here. I'd like to hear from you. Have you been able to cast your vote? No. So what has been the issue? Look at the camera, please.
So
what's the cause of that?
People in the morning, whenever they child, people population increase. Don't get to do. So without waiting, since around 8 o'clock, now
Well, that's what you've heard from Madam Comfort. She's saying that many people are here and she's been unable to vote since 8 a.m. that she's been here because there are lots of people here and it's just one polling unit in this Gafere community. I also have another woman here who said she's been able to successfully cast her vote. Good afternoon, ma'am. Thank you so much. I can see that you're with your baby here and you've been here all day. Kindly tell us, how has it been for you, the electoral process here?
We did that. It's only one place that we have come to here. Please, they should let us with another place.
So where did you cast your vote? Where is that polling unit? And how far is it from here to that place? Was that where you voted the last election?
Yes.
Okay, but you told me earlier that your polling unit was moved to another place instead of this place.
Some people that went to the office, they will not see the so come here and come to. But I went to the office, I saw my name, I voted in the office.
Okay. Okay, well, that's what you've heard from another voter here who's a mother actually, and she has said that she has to go over to another area in Gaube to cast her vote. And whilst the people here are still clamoring and hoping that they get to exercise their right by the end of the day, as they have been here with just one polling unit. As you can see behind me, it's still a number of people, I mean, men, women in their numbers, with the security officers trying to, restore calm and peace and order. And even the electoral officials are in there carrying out their responsibilities. Back to you, Dapo.
Excellent. Judith, this is AU Suleiman polling unit 003. It was at this polling unit that I had reported earlier in the day that an altercation had broken out and that several ballot papers were initially missing. I'm here to give updates on what the situation is if you would then come with me now. What I'm getting right now is following that altercation that had happened, security personnel had increased in this polling unit and then voting was cancelled. So all of the voters who had voted earlier in the day were the ones who were lucky enough to cast their vote. As you can see, this vicinity, we just have individuals sitting down. If you look at this other side, you see individuals are also just seated here. Now, this is the area that the voter register has been pasted. The expectation is voting is supposed to be on up until 2:30 because it's supposed to commence by 8 a.m. and end by 2:30 p.m. in the afternoon. But sadly, you can see the voter register area is just empty with just a handful of women seated here who are expectant to come this afternoon to vote, but unfortunately they were not able to do so. Good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon. Please, was anybody here able to vote this afternoon? Okay, can you please speak with me, madam? Tell me, when you came, what did they tell you when you came, madam? I see you're not looking happy at all. Ki magana ki the house, no problem. Ki the house, da kizo me paru. Okay. Ahana ku zabe? Mesa me aka ce? Ballot paper. Okay, answer check.
Answer guda 150 ko?
Okay. Ballot paper din guda 150. Akan ballot paper daya. Kuma answer check biyu.
Answer check da na councilor da na chairman duka an dauka.
Okay, now go to society. So they spoke in Hausa, Judith, and what they are telling me now is due to the altercation that had happened earlier, the allegation is that around 2 ballot papers, one for the councillorship position and one for the chairmanship position, was stolen, and because of that, voting was cancelled here. And unfortunately, this number of women right here, among several other voters, were unable to cast their votes. As you can see right now, there are individuals inside of here. If my cameraman would be so kind to just zoom into the arena, you don't have to go in, just zoom so that you don't interrupt the activities that's going on. Right now, counting is ongoing. The polling agents, as you can see from inside, if my cameraman would be so kind to show the activities that's going, go ahead, go right ahead. Counting is going on right now. Voting has since stopped. The few who were able to come in earlier in the day to cast their vote were the only few who were able to vote. Which other person came after that altercation happened, unfortunately, was unable to cast the vote. And since then, this has been the development from here. Several individuals, including top party officials from the different political parties that are participating in this election, had come here also to observe what is going on. Unfortunately, several of them had declined comment on the matter, but some of them, of course, spoke. Behind camera and, of course, expressed concerns over the matter. As you can see right now, they are filling the form EC8A form at the moment, and for the ballot papers that were not casted upon, the collation officers and the polling officers are striking them to render them invalid. So for the voters here at polling unit 003, AU Suleiman polling unit in Abaji Northeast, voting has ended quite too early for them. The situation is that, unfortunately, for the many of them who were unable to vote earlier before that altercation happened, they've now been unable to do so, as the voting was cancelled right after that altercation happened. And now it's left for the Independent National Electoral Commission to take up what remains of that matter and to ensure that it's properly investigated, and those responsible for the snatching of that ballot paper, it's an imperative upon them to ensure that those guys are tracked down, caught, arrested, and made to face the full wrath of the law. Because, Judith, look at all of these individuals right here. These individuals have been unable to cast their votes because of that action that happened earlier in the day. This is the details that we're getting as updates from this polling unit. It is AU Suleiman 1 polling unit 003, and this has been the update from here since the last time we gave updates on the development. It's back to you in the studio.